Beloved soul, may peace find you in this very moment. Welcome to Angel's message for you. A sacred space where divine whispers are brought to light, created especially for your heart to hear. Take a gentle breath. For the message that has found you today is no accident. It is a divine appointment, a sign you have been asking for, arriving at the perfect time. Close your eyes for a moment and allow yourself to truly feel the energy that has been circling you. A warm electric hum that started last night. Something powerful shifted in the unseen realms. It was something you didn't witness with your eyes, but your soul felt it as a tremor of hope deep in the quiet of the night while you were sleeping, or perhaps staring into the darkness with a heart full of unanswered questions. Someone deeply connected to your person sat alone in their room and broke down in tears. This was not a moment of weakness, nor was it something they wanted to do. It was a sacred breaking open, a holy collapse, because the truth about you, the undeniable radiant truth they had been avoiding for so long, finally came crashing into their heart. And there was no stopping the flood of emotions that followed. This wasn't just a small, fleeting moment. It wasn't just sadness. It was the kind of soul-shaking cry that only happens when a heart is forced to face what it has been desperately denying. It happened because someone close to your person, a family member, a trusted friend, finally saw, heard, or realized something about you that they can no longer ignore or explain away. And what shocked them to their core was not something you did, but the pure essence of who you are. It hit them like a bolt of lightning from a clear blue sky. You're not just someone who passed through their life for a season. You are someone their soul is tethered to, someone their spirit cannot and will not erase. Angels are showing me a powerful moment. This person sitting in profound silence, holding their phone or staring into a dark corner of their room. At first, they were resisting pushing away every thought of you, clinging to their old story about the situation. But last night, something was different. Something pierced through their defenses. Maybe it was a conversation they overheard that didn't quite add up. Maybe it was a message they saw that revealed a hidden pain. Or maybe it was just divine intervention, a holy whisper into their spirit. But suddenly they felt your presence, your truth, in a way they never have before. Tears began to fall because for the first time they truly understood the immense depth of this connection. They saw how much pain your person has been carrying in silence. They realized the crushing weight of the silence, the unfinished words, the unhealed bond. And in that moment of pure clarity, they knew this isn't just a story that ended. It's a profound love that has been burning quietly in the background. A sacred flame waiting for someone to finally acknowledge it. Beloved soul, you have been asking for a sign. You have been wondering if anything is moving behind the scenes. If anyone in their life will ever understand how real and divinely guided this connection truly is. And heaven is answering you right now with a resounding yes. Last night, someone in their circle saw the truth in a way they couldn't deny. It broke them open. It made them cry. And even now, hours later, they cannot shake what they felt. This realization has set off a divine chain reaction. They won't be able to stay silent for much longer. The way they look at your person is changing. The way they think about you is changing. And soon the conversations they've been avoiding will have to happen. Because once the heart knows a truth this deeply, it can never go back to pretending. If your soul feels this message, if you've been feeling restless, emotional, or sensing unseen movement, it's because your energy was in that room last night. Your spirit reached them and it awakened something they never expected. If you feel this shift deep within your bones, take a moment to acknowledge it in your heart. Let the angels know you received their sign and stay close, because this tearful awakening is pulling destiny closer than ever before. Child, listen closely, for what I am about to reveal is not coincidence. It is divine alignment reaching you at this perfect moment. There's a profound shift unfolding in the unseen realm. And though you may not fully grasp its scale right now, your spirit can already feel it stirring. The one your soul has been connected to, the one your heart still whispers about in the quiet moments, has been moving through a storm of choices, illusions, and silent battles. And last night, that storm finally began to break. The truth is, they've been fighting against something they could never truly escape: destiny itself. They tried to silence their own heart, convincing themselves that letting go of you was easier than facing what was already written in the stars. But no matter how hard they tried, every time they closed their eyes, your face appeared like a gentle echo of a promise their soul couldn't deny. They tried to run from it, hide it, even bury it under layers of distractions and noise. But child, you cannot bury what heaven has planted. This bond between you and them is eternal. And now heaven says the illusions are crumbling. For too long, your person has been surrounded by voices that pulled them away from their truth. People who whisper doubts, who wrap chains of fear and obligation around their heart, who convinced them that choosing you meant losing everything else. These influences blinded them, confused them, and made them believe they had to walk away. But the angels never stopped working. Behind the curtain of this silence, unseen forces were moving. Every sleepless night you've endured, every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered into the darkness, it wasn't ignored. It was heard, gathered, and used by the divine to break apart the lies that kept you apart. And just recently, something powerful happened. Your person has begun to see beyond the illusions. Their soul is awakening. Memories of your love are returning, not as faint echoes but as vibrant realities. And they are realizing that nothing, not fear, not judgment, not even time, can erase the connection heaven has woven between you. You may not see it yet in the physical realm, but your energy has been reaching them. They've been having dreams that feel too real to dismiss. Dreams where you are simply there and everything feels right. They experience flashes of your smile when they least expect it, and sudden waves of emotion that stop them in their tracks. This is not just nostalgia, dear one. It's the call of destiny pulling them back toward the truth they once abandoned. There was a moment recently, a quiet, solitary moment that changed everything. Alone, away from the noise of the world, they felt a clarity wash over them like never before. They finally admitted to themselves what their soul has always known. That their life feels achingly incomplete without you. That every victory, every step forward, every attempt to find joy elsewhere has only led them back to the shadow of your memory. It's as if heaven itself keeps guiding their path toward you, no matter how far they stray. And now, child, heaven is revealing this message because it is time for you to know. They can't run anymore. Their heart is restless, aching with a profound homesickness because it knows where it belongs. There is a moment approaching, a divine turning point when they will not only face this truth, but speak it. The silence that has weighed on you for so long is not permanent. Soon, a message, a sign, or an unexpected shift will break through. Deep, deep within, you'll hear a whisper become a sound. When it does, it will feel like the floodgates of destiny opening, washing away years of distance in a single breath. Even now, as you hear these words, your angels are surrounding you with reassurance. They're whispering, "Do not lose faith, child. What is meant for you is protected. No betrayal, no misunderstanding, no force of darkness can take it away. And as you sit there, perhaps questioning, wondering if this is truly for you, I want you to pause and feel your own heartbeat. That familiar tug in your soul you've never been able to explain. That is your soul remembering its other half. If your heart recognizes the truth heaven is revealing, simply whisper to yourself, I feel this. By doing so, you align yourself with this divine unfolding and invite your angels to guide you even closer to what is destined. Because, child, you need to know this. Heaven has not forgotten you. Your love, your patience, your unwavering spirit have been part of a divine orchestration far greater than you realize. The story is not over. The best chapters are still being written, and soon the truth will no longer be hidden. Destiny is moving, and this time it is moving in your favor. Child, take another deep breath, because what I am about to reveal is not just a message. It is a window into what heaven has been arranging for you behind the scenes. For so long, you've carried unanswered questions in your heart, wondering why certain things happened, why the one you love seemed to slip away, and why your prayers for clarity seem to echo into silence. But heaven wants you to know today. There was never silence. Every whispered plea, every tear that traced a path down your cheek, every sleepless night you endured has been shaping a destiny that could not fail you. There was a time when your person believed they were in control of this connection. They thought they could make choices that would sever the bond between you, that they could walk away and forget, that they could build a life without the echo of your name pulsing through their soul. And for a while, they convinced themselves it was working. They threw themselves into distractions, surrounded themselves with people who had no understanding of the spiritual magnitude of what you share. They filled their days with noise to drown out the sound of their heart calling for you. But heaven says this: love that is divinely appointed does not fade under pressure. It does not die in silence. It does not get buried by time or circumstance. What heaven has written cannot be erased by human fear. And even when they tried to push you out of their life, heaven kept pulling them back toward you. Because you are not just a chapter in their story. You are the story their soul came here to live. Child, in their private moments when no one is watching, they are haunted by the memories of you. The way your voice once soothed their restless heart. The way your presence made the world feel safe and alive. They replay these moments like old beloved songs. They cannot stop humming. And no matter how hard they try to deny it, their body remembers. Their soul remembers. Every fiber of their being still leans toward you. Like flowers instinctively turning toward the light. There was a night not long ago when they lay awake staring at the ceiling. Unable to sleep because your energy pressed against their spirit like a warm, unrelenting tide. In that moment of profound stillness, they realized something they had never dared to admit before. They cannot imagine the rest of their life without you. The thought terrifies them with its vulnerability. And yet it brings a strange deep peace they haven't felt in years. It was the first moment in a long time when they stopped fighting their own truth. Heaven was there whispering to them in that silence. Stop running. What you seek is in the one you left behind. And since that night, something has changed. Slowly, quietly, like dawn breaking after a long, cold night, their heart has begun to open again. They are questioning everything they were told. Every lie they believed about why you two couldn't work. Every fear planted by those who never understood your love. They are seeing that they let outside forces dictate a love story that was never theirs to judge. And child, They are beginning to feel the weight of that mistake. Not with shame alone, but with a deep growing desire to make it right. Heaven says that you may soon notice subtle signs of this awakening. Strange synchronicities, dreams that feel too vivid to be coincidence, sudden bursts of emotion that make you feel like they are standing right beside you, even when they're not. These are not tricks of the mind. They are evidence of spiritual alignment. Proof that heaven is bridging the distance between you. And here's something you may not know. They've tried to reach out before. More than once they've stared at their phone, typing out a message they never sent, making calls they never completed. Something always stopped them. Fear of rejection. Fear of being too late. Fear that you've moved on and no longer feel the same. But heaven is whispering into their heart louder each day. It's time to return. It's time to fight for what was never meant to be lost. Child, imagine for a moment that everything you've been through, the pain, the longing, the waiting, was not punishment, but preparation. You've been tempered like golden fire, made stronger and more radiant because of what you endured. Your love has been tested by distance and silence. Yet it has not broken. That is why heaven trusts you with this message today. The one who walked away is being guided back. Not as the same person who left, but as someone transformed by lessons only separation could teach. Heaven shows me a vision of chains breaking, a heavy weight being lifted from their heart. They are finally confronting the toxic influences, the fears, the illusions that kept them trapped in a life that felt safe but soulless. And as those chains fall, a path is clearing, a path that leads straight to you. This is why you felt restless lately. Why? There's been an unshakable feeling that something is shifting. Because it is. Your souls are being aligned for the reunion heaven has been orchestrating all along. But here's the part that may surprise you. This return will not just be an apology or a desperate attempt to reclaim the past. It will be a declaration, a vow to build something stronger than before. They are realizing that their love for you is not something they can sample and leave behind. It is the foundation of their purpose, the compass of their entire journey. And when they come forward, it will not be with uncertainty. It will be with a steady, unshakable knowing that you are where they belong. Child, heaven wants you to prepare for this moment. Not by chasing them, not by trying to force the timeline, but by opening your heart to receive what is already yours. For too long, you've carried the burden of wondering if you are enough. But heaven says you are more than enough. You are divine, chosen, irreplaceable. The time of questioning your worth is over. Now begins the time of witnessing destiny unfold in your favor. As you hear this message, let your soul take comfort in knowing that nothing has been wasted. Not a single tear, not a single prayer, not a single day you spent wondering if they still care. Heaven has woven every moment into a tapestry of redemption and reunion. And soon, child, the silence will break. You will see with your own eyes what heaven has been whispering to you all along. They never stopped loving you. Even now as these words reach you, imagine them sitting alone, reflecting, feeling the pull of your energy. They are remembering the way your love healed them in ways no one else ever could. They are realizing that all the material successes, all the other connections, all the detours they've taken mean nothing without you to share them with. This is the truth that is dawning on their spirit. And once it's fully awakened, nothing will stop them from finding their way back to you. So hold this message close, child. Let it fill the empty spaces where fear once lived. And if you feel its truth echo in your heart, let your spirit affirm, I believe, as a way of aligning with what heaven is preparing. By doing so, you are stepping into faith, declaring that you are ready to receive the love, the reconciliation, and the destiny that has been yours all along. Because the story isn't over. In fact, heaven says it's only just beginning. The chapter ahead is brighter than the darkness you've endured. Filled with the kind of love that doesn't just find you, it stays. It heals. And it reminds you that what God has joined together, no earthly power can ever truly tear apart. Child, as you sit here listening, heaven leans closer because this is no ordinary message. This is a divine unveiling of what has been hidden. Not only from your eyes, but from theirs, too. For a long time, both of you have been walking separate paths, carrying silent burdens, aching for answers that seem to never come. Yet all this time, unseen hands have been at work, rearranging circumstances, bending timelines, and breaking chains of fear and pride. All to bring both of you to a moment of clarity that cannot be undone. They've been running, haven't they? Trying to fill the void you left with noise, with people who never understood their soul, with a version of life that felt safer than surrendering to the love they felt for you. At first, they convinced themselves it was the right choice, logical, expected, easier. But heaven says this, what is easy is rarely divine. And no matter how far they ran, no matter how carefully they tried to seal the door you once opened in their heart, they could not escape the truth. Because love like this, sacred, chosen, divinely bound, cannot be forgotten, outgrown, or erased. It lingers, transforms, and ultimately it calls the soul home. Child, there was a moment recently that shifted everything. A night when they found themselves overwhelmed. The weight of decisions, regrets, and silent longing pressing down like a storm. In that darkness, your presence came rushing back. Not as a memory, not as a fleeting thought, but as a palpable force. It felt as though your spirit was right there beside them, whispering the truth they had spent months, maybe years, trying not to hear. And for the first time in so long, they didn't push it away. They didn't numb it with distractions or silence it with pride. They let themselves feel it. And when they did, they realized something unshakable. They never stopped loving you. Heaven shows me a vision of them alone. Late into the night, clutching something that reminded them of you. Maybe a photograph, a message they never deleted, an item you once gave them. They sat there for hours, replaying every moment, every word, every look you shared. Tears welled up, not just from pain, but from a revelation. Everything they've been searching for in other places, in other faces, has always been you. The thought of facing life without you, truly without you, felt like standing at the edge of a cliff with no way forward. That night, heaven whispered into their spirit. This love is not over. It was never meant to end. And from that moment, something within them began to change. The armor they built to protect their ego, the walls they constructed to keep this love at bay, they're crumbling. Slowly, yes, but undeniably, they've started to see through the illusions that kept you apart. The fears planted by others, the lies they told themselves about why they had to walk away. The belief that they weren't ready or worthy of a love so deep. Heaven is removing the blindfold from their eyes, one thread at a time, revealing not only who you truly are to them, but who they truly are when they're with you, the most authentic, unguarded version of themselves. Child, you need to hear this. They have tried to live without you. Truly, they did. They tried to silence the memories, bury their emotions, and convince themselves they were better off moving on. But nothing worked. Every attempt to forget you only carved your presence deeper into their soul. They laughed with others, but it wasn't the same. They made plans for a future, but it felt hollow. They wore a mask of being fine, but heaven saw the truth. The quiet moments when they'd stare into space, your name silently trembling on their lips. They thought time would free them from this connection. But heaven says time has only proven how unbreakable it is. And while you've been waiting, questioning, even doubting at times, heaven has been preparing you, too. Every tear you shed was watering the seeds of this divine reunion. Every moment you chose faith over despair strengthened your spirit. Even when you felt forgotten, heaven was writing your name on their heart in ways neither of you could see. Your love has not been in vain. It has been moving mountains in the unseen, dismantling every barrier that stood between you. But listen closely, child, because heaven is revealing something powerful now. They are not just coming back as someone who misses you. They are returning as someone transformed. They've been tested, refined, stripped of false identities and shallow distractions. The person who once left you in confusion is awakening to the truth that no other path, no other love, no other life could ever feel whole without you in it. And when they come, it won't be with uncertainty or hesitation. It will be with a fierce clarity that you are their destiny. In the quiet hours of the night, they've been having dreams, vivid, undeniable dreams of you. Dreams where you're not arguing or separated, but laughing, embracing, standing side by side as though no time has passed. They wake up shaken, overwhelmed by longing, yet strangely hopeful. Because these dreams feel like promises, not fantasies. Heaven says these are not just dreams. They are visions, glimpses of the life that is waiting for you both once you reunite. Child, perhaps you felt these dreams, too. Perhaps you've been waking up with their name lingering on your lips, your heart racing as though you just saw them. These are not coincidences. Your souls are speaking to each other in the spiritual realm, bridging the physical distance that has kept you apart. Every sign you've been noticing, repeating numbers, unexpected reminders of them, moments of sudden emotion is heaven confirming that the bond remains unbroken and the reunion is drawing nearer. But here's what heaven wants you to truly understand. This reunion is not just about rekindling old feelings. It's about stepping into a divine purpose together. You were never meant to simply love each other. You were meant to build, to heal, to shine a light into the world in a way only your union could. This is why the journey has been so hard.